we're on the verge of having another transfer bomb this summer. It's not official yet, and anything can happen. But let's say Nikola Mirotic joins Partizan, and I have a question for Eric. Does Nikola Mirotic signing makes Partizan a title contender? And that would be a probably question for both. If we actually have any favorites in the EuroLeague, isn't it like we have like 8 or 10 title contenders with the way how off season goes and the way teams are so equal? They were so equal that it was a historically equal race already last year, but I can't wait for another for the upcoming season.
Before Eric answers that, I want to ask you. I want you to answer that first. Who would you be if going into next season? There's been so much turnaround in EuroLeague. Going into next season, who would you say are the Final Four teams? You have to say four. You have to say four. Who would you say?
I can't
It's
name
tough,
four.
right?
I can name 8 or 10 teams. Exactly.
Exactly.
We had the same question in the previous part, and I was like, there's no lock. There's no Final Four lock.
Yeah.
Some might say that maybe Real Madrid because of the
I think you have to say
because
that.
of Edwin Campasso.
You got to say that.
Right.
You have to.
You have to say that.
You know how
other than
Campazzo
that-
fits. You know how he fits there.
Yeah.
He takes the bars to another level.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so-
other than that, I remember I told last year I said that Milan and Efes they're Final Four locks for sure. So my
Correct.
take, aged badly. So
Yeah.
I'm not taking those takes anymore. Maybe Real Madrid and others. It's an open race.
Yeah. All right, my bad. All right, my bad, Eric.
That's a good question. No, harping on that's tough, but I think there's no guarantee just because the balance in the EuroLeague, the gap is closing. A lot of turnover, a lot of changes. We know how players look on their old teams. We haven't yet seen how they're going to look on their new team in a new system surrounded by a new cast of players. So it makes it tough. But with that said, if I had to guess, I'm putting Madrid in there just because it's a Tavares factor. Obviously he has the be there under center. They're bringing back the core, the main pieces, adding Campazzo. They're there. I do believe, I don't know which one, but I think Efes or Fener will make the Final Four. I don't know which one, but I think one of those two teams. I mean, Fener was all new last year. Now they're going to all be in the second year of the system. Guys are going to know what a Tudis wants. They're adjusting. They'll be there. Efes has a new coach, but they have their core returning. So all those guys know how to play together. Everyone will adjust accordingly. People know their roles. It will be easier fit, even though it's a new coach. Partizan, I do like Mirotic there. I think he gives him that space and that shooting, the ability to play the 4 and the 5. I wish Barcelona would have paid him more as a 5 as well. I think it's an ultimate mismatch. The way he can stretch the floor, he has the size. He played some 5 before in the league. But it seems like they use him strictly as a 4. I love to see him and Punter in the pick and pop situations in that middle pick and roll. I think that could be special. Like to see Zach Lede sometimes playing the 5 and Mirotic at the 4. Just little tweaks and stuff. I'm sure Abramovich has lots of stuff put together, but I don't quite know if they're a Final Four team just because the point guard play. It was something that they didn't have last year, and they were able to kind of get through to get hot at the right time. They had hoopers. They didn't really have a point guard or somebody to kind of, man the team, get everybody in their spots. And with XM leaving, with Jan Mader going to Fener, I'm wondering who's going to be that guy to kind of direct traffic, to kind of make sure Punter gets the ball, to make sure if Mirotic signs it, make sure he gets his touches. There has to be someone who's willing to sacrifice and run the team. And it can't be all people who want to go get buckets. It's just not going to work. So I think they're going to find somebody, they have to. Serbian teams, have hit the lottery. They found a lot of money lately. So I'm sure it won't be an issue. But I think if I had to say a fourth team that I think is in the mix, maybe Maccabi. Maybe they'll be ready to make that leap. I feel like they were right there. Last year, they're returning the whole core. They did a good job of signing everybody back. Only problem is they got to get a little bit better defensively. They're really good offensively. They get up and down, but defensively, I feel like they give up too many easy baskets, too many points. And I know they just want to outscore you. But, to make that Final Four, you're going to have to guard. Even in Efes, there was an offensive power. When the money was on the line, when things mattered, they turned up on defense in the playoffs. Maybe in the regular season, they relaxed. They just outscore you. But in the playoffs, you would start to see them be able to hone in, to defend, to do different things defensively. So I think those are the top teams I would say for me. You know, we'll see how it plays out, but FS, Finner.
Hey, so you're not gonna throw Monaco in there? They were just in the 4. They were
I
just
do
in the
like,
Final 4.
but I had
They
to
got
pick
the same
4.
team.
I could only
Same
pick
team.
4. I like
I feel
Monaco.
you.
I like
I feel
Monaco.
you.
If I had a top 5, they're in there for sure.